What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters. I am back with part 2 of my NoLifeTilMetal graphics updates for, what are we in, April, mid-April, April 14th, I think it is, something around that area. But I've got a large pile of vinyl here. I do have some CDs as well. Most of the CDs we also have on vinyl, but I'm going to show you both because there's some really nice packaging on some of these CDs that you won't be able to see with the vinyl. But I'm going to start off with a death metal album. Early Vital Remains. This is all their early demo stuff. It's a double album. So you've got the Reduced to Ashes demo from '89, the Excruciating Pain demo from 1990, and then LP2 is actually a 12-inch single, and it has the Black Mass on side A from 1991 and Frozen Terror on side D, or the second side of the 12-inch single. And as you'll see as I get into the packaging, the center labels are different. This is also hand numbered. I have number 62 of 300. So only 300 of these things available. It is a gatefold. Gorgeous packaging. It's got a 2x6 hype sticker on it. Hype sticker says, "Blissfully irreverent piece of history, revealing liner notes by guitarist Lazaro on the long sought after recordings which illustrate the formative years of American death metal." And then it says gatefold 2 LP, 2 vinyl sets, 12-inch Black Mass single, only 300 hand-numbered copies. So there you go. So let's get into this thing. I mean, I did not create the artwork on this one. The cover was, obviously this thing was released before in CD. This is This is also not the first time it's been on vinyl, but it's the first time it's been a 2 LP set. I think in the past it's either had 1 LP or it's been 1 LP plus a 7-inch. This time it's a 2 LP and it's a gatefold. So it's got this awesome gatefold with liner notes galore, some lyrics, some photographs, a collage of memorabilia from the early years. It is it's got black polyline sleeves, which you will see in a second here, and it's on a gold vinyl. And this is the A side. Let's see, there you go. You can actually see the A side. And the B side, I'm not sure how well that metallic gold is showing up as gold or not, but it's really nice vinyl and it sounds fantastic. It's very well produced, despite being old demos. But the mastering it just really brings out the noise, the noise you want to hear, not the noise you don't want to hear. Yeah, because it's definitely raw, early death thrash and death metal. And then here's the 12-inch single, which is also on gold. But you'll see it's got different center labels. So it's got the center labels with the old style logo, and I believe it was the graphics that came with the single originally. So very cool release if you're into death metal, early death metal. Stuff like Morbid Angel and Deicide. That's kind of where this stuff is. Late 80s, early 90s death, American death metal. If you're easily offended by lyrics, then this one may not be for you because they are pretty dark. But I mean, most of that death metal stuff early on is. I mean, Morbid Angel, Deicide, those kind of things are pretty dark. So same thing going on here. And let's see, I put the? I'll find it later, but I put this. There it is. I always keep the hype stickers. If I can get them to peel off nicely, then I put them on, on the plastic sleeves. Unfortunately, these are on there really well, so I'm just cutting them off and throwing them inside like so. But yeah, 300 hand number copies available at boonsoverstock.com if you're looking for a copy. And I'm going to keep going because I got a lot to show here. This is a band that's from LA, very popular over in Europe. Matter of fact, Record Store Day just happened not that long ago. It was either last weekend or it actually happened just this past weekend. I'm not sure if this video is going to be up in time for this past weekend, but regardless, one of the releases that was really popular out there and did really well was a band called My Ruin. For whatever reason, My Ruin aren't quite as popular in the United States, but they're from LA. But yeah, Brutal Planet Records released a couple of their albums. This is Throat Full of Heart. It's very heavy. I wouldn't call them, thrash or death or anything like that. They're just metal, but they're not like your typical. They don't sound like Judas Priest. They have their own unique sound. They have a female vocalist who can both sing and scream. And I worked directly with her, and whose name is slipping my mind for can't remember her name for the life of me at the moment. Jeez. Anyhow, I worked directly with her on this. I did the entire layout for the vinyl, where she did most of the CD layout, and then I went in and I had to do some adjustments for the label and put it onto the right templates and that kind of thing. But yeah, I did the entire layout for this. It does have a, as you can see, a 2x6 hype sticker, which says 2008 brutally cathartic album on metallic silver vinyl. Iconic female-fronted hate metal crew back from the dead once more, an unsubtle battering ram. And that's a quote from Kerrang! Magazine. It does have an insert with liner notes and lyrics. And then, like it says on the front, it's on a silver vinyl. If I can just get it out of there, we go. It is a very metallic looking silver. I'm not sure how well it'll come across on the video, but that's it. Custom center labels. It is remastered, and yeah, it's a, you know, if you're into that really raw, heavy metal with female vocals, it's a good one. And they've got copies directly now at boonsoverstock.com. But yeah, like I said, very popular in Europe. Just had an album put out on Record Store Day 2025. So why they're not as popular here, I don't know. But like I said, they're worth checking out. And also, even though I showed this one in a past video, but I pulled just because there's another one that's from My Ruin. This one's called The Horror of Beauty. This one's on a Blood Moon vinyl. And the type sticker on this one says LA whiskey style hard rock with elements of thrash and sludgy goth from allmusic.com. So there you go. So there's a couple. So they have a couple reissues from My Ruin, and we'd like to do more because we're working directly with the band. It's just a matter of, you know, if we can get, you know, gain them some popularity in the United States and get them more sales in here. All right, I need to keep moving because I've got a lot to show in this one. I'm going to copy it a little quicker. This is Rap. I'm going to show this one first. We actually did 2 CDs from this band and 1 vinyl. And I did not pull the CDs. I should have to show you, or did I? No, I don't see them here. But we did 2 of their albums. I think they're going to end up doing the one that's on CD on vinyl as well, because this vinyl sold so well. But this is S.F.C, and this is their 3rd album called Phase 3. It is a gatefold. As you can see, there's pictures of the band. This Super C right there in the middle. That's a DJ Dub. I'm sure a lot of people don't know this, but I do like a lot of late 80s and early 90s rap. And S.F.C. to this day are still one of my favorites. And if you look above my head, I don't know, it's probably right about there. There is all 4 S.F.C. albums and then Super C's solo album all on CD right there, because I have been into this band since they were new. So I was thrilled to get it to work on this, because I don't get to do a whole lot of rap stuff. Mostly I do metal and hard rock. Occasionally I get to do a country album, or I've done a couple blues albums, but this is I believe my first rap album. So, but it is the original cover. I did have to recreate it because the original art and photography was gone. This shirt here, which is a SFC and an exclamation point. Chris is his name, but Super C, he actually has those. Since this came out, he has those shirts available. You can get them if you go to look for Chris Cooper on Facebook. You can find a link to get the shirts. But yeah. Fantastic old school rap. It is a gatefold. Some more photos in the middle, but you can see lots of lyrics. Most of these, it's not even all the lyrics. A lot of lyrics on here, but we wanted them to be readable. What there was. But over here, you got your liner notes. You know, down here below the photographs, you can see the as they call it, the family up top there, and another picture of the band down here on the bottom. But I'm a big fan of SFC. Like I said, have been since the early 90s, bought these albums and new releases. And I know it's probably surprising to people, since my channel is called NoLifeTilMetal and I mostly talk about hard rock and metal, that I like anything outside, but I do. I like blues, I like some jazz, I like some rap. So yeah, I was just stoked to be able to get to work on this. But oh, and I should show you the vinyl too. It's a really pretty, I keep using that word to describe the vinyl, but it's like this really bright, that's probably a better word to describe this one, neon green. And as you can see, it's got custom center labels, and with every retroactive release, it's got the retroactive flame on the back. But it is a 2 LP set. It is available at Boone's Overstock as well. All these that I'm showing you now are available at Boone's Overstock. All right, I am almost 10 minutes in, and I've still got a ton to show you, so I need to rock. Another rap album. It's the Gospel Gangsters. Again, another rap album, Gatefold, Gospel Gangsters. I believe we're out of L.A. These guys lived the scene. They are a Christian band. However, don't expect your, you know, I don't know what the word is, cliche Christian lyrics. Don't expect. I mean, these guys, their language might be offensive to some Christians, but they're for real. You know, they live it and they breathe it. So one of these guys actually, I think, has passed away and got shot. So if I'm not mistaken, I know one of them passed away, but I can't remember the entire story. But yeah, this is early gangsta metal from the mid '90s. Interestingly enough, the DJ Dove, who is right here, is from S.F.C. So when he left S.F.C. after Phase 3, this was his first album, I believe, with Gospel Gangsters. So, and then S.F.C. went on to do a few more albums without. The first 3 albums were with DJ Dove, and then he left and he was part of Gospel Gangsters. And as far as I know, these guys are still out there doing their thing. So again, Gatefold. You can see some more photos of the band. You can see their all their mug shots over there, which I thought was kind of cool. I did do the layout for this one. I restored the cover. The cover art was gone, so I had to blow it up from a CD, but there's no way you could tell. I rebuilt the logo. I redid the text, de-screened the image, blew it up, supersized, cleaned it up, took it down to the 12 by 12 vinyl size, and there you go. Front cover, back cover, and again, it was remastered for vinyl, and it sounds amazing. Both those rap albums are available at boonsoverstock.com. All right. I got so many here. Oh my gosh, I need to jam. All right, a couple more death metal albums. I know these are all over the place musically. But this is Fleshcrawl. I just got this in yesterday. I already played it. I like this band a lot. This is just great. Kind of melodic death metal. I wouldn't, put them in there with that whole Swedish death metal. It's definitely a different sound than the American death metal, but it's not. It's I don't know. It's from Germany. They're a German band, so we'll just call it German death metal. Original cover art. Again, cover art gone, lost. I had to recreate it, but it came out spectacular. Thankfully, they did have some of the old band photos, so there's quite a few cool band photos in here. This one is also available on CD. Actually, so are the S.F.C. and the Gospel Gangsters. Inner sleeve, or insert, whatever you want to call it. 2x6 hype sticker, which says Germany's premier death metal band, Lords of Metal site. On Structures of Death, they have really taken it to a whole another level. Teeth of the Divine. Excuse me. And as you can see, it's released. It's got the limited run vinyl and Metal Blade logos on it because this was released via Brutal Planet Records, but was licensed from Metal Blade. But it's got this really cool green, yellow, blue, kind of a swirl vinyl. Kind of has a metallic sheen to it. Kind of a turquoise color. I don't know how well it's going to show on the video, but got custom center labels, as you can see, and it was remastered for vinyl, and again by Rob Caldwell out in Texas at Bombworks Sound. And I don't know what Rob does, man. The dude can work miracles. He can make crap sound amazing, and he gets to make things that already sound amazing sound even better. And I don't know how he does it, but he does it. What you could do with digital mastering these days is just unreal. And for some reason, I cannot get this thing back into the sleeve. Probably because I'm talking and not paying attention. All right, so there's that one from Fleshcrawl, which is also available on CD. If I can just get this into the package, that'd be great. There we go. Yeah, here's the CD, and as you can see, the CD has a slipcase. It is a deluxe version, remastered. Oh, I didn't open this one yet. Like I said, I just got these things, so I did open the other one because I was playing it in my car the other day. I haven't played this CD yet. Come on, open for me. Ugh, sorry about the struggle here. Interesting enough, I don't know why they're all like this, but it's sealed. As you can see, it's sealed on the outside, and it's sealed again on the inside. So you get the CD version here with all the same stuff and more that's inside the vinyl. But you also get this nice little Fleshcrawl collector's card. Spikes Up Series number 36. So, oops, upside down. There you go. And again, you can see it's got, I think it's got like a 16-page booklet. You can see some of the artwork there, and you can see the CD itself, which I'm kind of OCD, always make sure the CD's up like that, but it's the back. But yeah, it's a lot of the same stuff that's inside the vinyl, so I'm not going to go through the booklet, but I did do all the artwork on this, layouts, the team at Brutal Planet, which includes myself, Rob Caldwell, and John DeLaurentis, who runs a review channel as well. He's a copy editor, and he's our proofreader, and he's fantastic as well. So anyhow, Fleshcrawl, and then Fleshcrawl, and this is made of flesh. This is not a sticker. This is actually printed on the outside of the O card or the slipcase, and it says Collector's Edition Melodic Death Metal for fans of Dismembered, Grave, and Benediction. Includes collector card. So once again, like the other one, it has your slipcase, the actual CD with the actual cover, oops, and the collector card, which I just dropped on the ground. So there's the, kind of get the idea from that, and I'll show you the vinyl too. And this one does have a 16-page booklet and a collector card, which I got to pick up. Band photo, Spikes Up series number 35. So there are 35 metal cards and different releases from Brutal Planet Records. Let's see, other labels that Girder Records takes part in that, and Backbreaker Records takes part in that. So anyhow, there's the Fleshcrawl, and then the vinyl I have right here. There we go, another 2x6 hype sticker, custom hype sticker, which says Melodic Death Metal for fans of Dismembered, Grave, and Benediction. You can see the Metal Blade logos because this was released in tandem with Metal Blade and limited run vinyl. There was only, I believe, 300 copies of this pressed worldwide, and these things are going into distribution, so they won't stick around forever. I did the layout for the background. I kind of messed with the band photo and gave it kind of that old duotone look. And then it is an orange vinyl. They're all inside polyline sleeves. Orange vinyl, and get it back in there. Custom center labels, and then the insert, so you can see the band photo there, liner notes, and then the other side's got lyrics on it. So yeah, Fleshcrawl, German death metal. Okay, all right, got to keep going. So these next few, I'll go through quicker, but these are fantastic. If you like live albums, these are fantastic. So first up, you got Bride. I got it in just a plain sleeve because I ran out of the resealable sleeves. I got more coming in the mail. But this is live at Cornerstone Festival 2001. It was that night was called Retro Metal Night. So a lot of these classic bands from the 80s were there in 2001, and they were pulling out tracks from their early stuff when they were just full on metal, and that definitely includes Bride, because every song on here except for one, I believe, yes, every song on here except for one are from their first 3 albums when they're pushing metal and even thrash at times. But there is they also do kind of a medley of I Saw the Light and Power in the Blood, kind of this metalized version of the classic worship song from church, you know, that's like a hymn. They took it and they made it into a metal song. But other than that, these are all songs from their, and the sound quality is good. Mastered by Rob Caldwell. All new artwork featuring, well, you can see the back cover. It's got photos from that night, whether they be live or just the band hanging in the back, which is what you see there with the guitarist Troy Thompson. That's Dale Thompson over there with the bleach blonde hair on stage. Drummer. Yeah. But then the inside have, all of these have liner notes and, excuse me, lyrics. So there's another picture, a full stage picture from the Cornerstone Festival. A Bride up top there, and it's got liner notes, brand new liner notes from 2024 from vocalist Dale Thompson. It also has liner notes in the back, written by, I believe Dale wrote some of them. There's different liner notes on here. There's a whole bunch, as you can see. So there is lyrics, which is unusual for a live album, but there are lyrics to the songs. And then there's this long liner notes here, just cool reading stuff. But this is all new cover art, all new layout. I designed the covers for them. I did the whole layout. I even chose the colors of the vinyl. So each of these are kind of in the red, because they're all part of a series. So we kept them all different reds. This is that orange color, really bright orange color. Custom center labels. Let me show you too. It's black polyline sleeve. There's the retroactive logo on the back. You can see the orange, and then there's the Bride logo on the front. And I believe that Bride logo is actually from their very first album. Because a few people have asked, why didn't you use the classic Bride logo? They didn't start using that classic Bride logo until I believe their fourth or fifth album. So it's not that classic because it wasn't on any of their first 3 albums, which this is all from their first 3 albums. Next up, same series, Sacred Warrior, live at Cornerstone. Again, you got live photos and this is just a picture of them hanging out backstage at the Cornerstone Festival. Yeah, fantastic. If you know Sacred Warrior, they're kind of in that early Queensryche sound. A little bit of Iron Maiden mixed in there, early Iron Maiden. Again, this is not the original cover. I found a picture that I could use of a vocalist Ray Parra, and I created the cover. It kind of has this old school, almost punk look to it. That was intentional. And then the insert. Again, a full band, full shot of the stage. Liner notes. Actually, the liner notes on this one are from me that were written way back in 2001 when this came out. I did a review, so I included the review. Unlike the Bride and the Deliverance, which I'm going to be showing next, we got new liner notes from the band, but the band just didn't have time to write something for us, so we put something different in there. Again, colored vinyl, remastered by Rob Caldwell. Black polyline sleeves. And this one is a number 2 pencil yellow. But again, you can see the retroactive flame on the one side, and then the Sacred Warrior logo on this side, and the custom center labels. Again, sounds fantastic. Also available on CD. Here's the Bride. Here's the Sacred Warrior. And here's the Deliverance. And here's the Deliverance vinyl. And this is a double album because they were on a different stage at Cornerstone, so they had more time to play, so they've got a double album here. It's a really great set list. So we've got this really cool intro, almost like an electronic mixing all different like intros from Deliverance years on there. Then it's got Stay of Execution, band introductions, No Time, Learn, What a Joke, Belltown, Psalm 23, Weapons of Our Warfare, Thanks, which is Jimmy Brown thanking some people, Victory, Words to the, and Sanctuary, which is one I love. Sanctuary. That's how the album ends. And like I said, it is a 2 LP. Again, you got band photos from that actual night. Another kind of hanging backstage photo of 3 of the 4 members. I believe there was 4 members that were on stage that night. And pardon me if I itch my nose. I'm sorry. I'm really struggling with allergies today. This one is on a deep blood red. You can see the custom center labels, Deliverance, retroactive flame, and a deep blood red vinyl. And so you've got, in this Cornerstone series, you've got a orange vinyl, a number 2 pencil yellow vinyl, and a blood red. And again, sound quality on this probably has the best sound quality. They were on a different stage, so they had different, they were on a larger stage, so they may have just had different, people there, recording the show. All of them have good sound quality, and were even made better by their mastering. But I'd say the sound quality is probably the best on this Deliverance album. If you're a fan of speed metal and thrash, this is fantastic live album. All right, and finally, I'm going to go through these quickly because I'm 25 minutes in. We've got a Deliverance Learn, which this one has been out for a while, but yeah, it's got this insert, and I'll do the jeans trick and show you real quick. So you've got the lyrics and a collage of period accurate photos from that time period, some memorabilia in there as well, custom labels, retroactive flame on the back, and this too is on an orange wax. I believe it was also pressed in black, but I'm almost positive that the black is sold out. But yeah, Deliverance, Learn, and let me, if I can get this back in the sleeve. I'll do it later because it's not going in there for me. And then you've got Deliverance, As Above, So Below, which is a fantastic thrash / metal album. I mean, you've got some great thrash songs on here. It was kind of a return to form. They've got this total shredder on guitar, Michael Phillips, who's been in and out of that band for years. Dude's fantastic. I mean, he's just a shredder. Matter of fact, some of these tracks were written by him in one of his former thrash bands that he was in before he was in Deliverance back in the 80s. So, but yeah, single album. It does have the newer artwork. So the original album came out with this really odd digital artwork that the Jimmy Brown himself didn't really care for. So when the label put this out on CD a few years ago, I mean, gosh, when I say a few, back in 2019, they put out the CD because it had sold out. And Jimmy Brown approached us and said, hey, that wasn't the cover I really wanted. Any chance I could get what I wanted? So what he wanted was a dark night sky with the Deliverance logo in place of the moon, or just hanging up in the sky. But he wanted the bottom to be daylight and kind of just this calm ocean with the daylight and the Deliverance logo reflecting into the sun or the moon or whatever it be. But you can see it's got this little bird on there, and the bird reflects down in here somewhere. There you go. And actually, if you look closely, you can actually see the Deliverance logo kind of is there too, kind of just ghosted in the water. But this is the cover he originally wanted. He wanted this As Above, So Below, so the dark versus light kind of thing. I've had some people saying, why didn't you give it more, because I did this art back in 2019, this cover. Why didn't you make the water more rocky? Why didn't you make the, give it waves and blah, and like, because it's not what the artist wanted. This is what the artist wanted. I did exactly what he asked, and they loved it, so. All right, enough of that. Insert lyrics. See the moon kind of in the background there, ghosted. Another collage of photos all from that tour, that time period. You can see it even has the back of one of the tour shirts, which I do have one of those tour shirts, because I did get to see him on this tour. And yeah, again, remastered. This time was specifically mastered for vinyl, again by Rob Caldwell, Bombworks Sound in McKinney, Texas. And finally, this will be the last one I show for now. This is, some of these I haven't even listened to yet because I just got them in. And this is another Deliverance. This is Assimilation. Excuse me. This is excuse me. This is a very different album for them. It is more electronic's not the right word. Industrialized, I guess. Industrial metal. It's not full-on industrial, but it's got some industrial elements to it, and it was a different Deliverance. And as you can see, it's got the Iron Cross, and the Iron Cross is landing down, and the Iron Cross has always kind of had that kind of rough look, and then it's got this shiny metallic look, as you can see up here, that's kind of breaking out. And it was just to say, this is a different Deliverance, and it certainly was. It actually gave way to Jimmy Brown's other band, Fearful Symmetry, and green vinyl. Custom center label, retroactive flame on the back. So yeah, it's not thrash. It's very different. It's still metal. It still sounds like Deliverance, but it's got a lot of keyboard elements on it, and it's just a very different feel and sound. And I like it. It's not my favorite Deliverance, but like I said, it did give way to his other band, Fearful Symmetry, who continued to do music like this, while Deliverance actually came back with this, which was the follow-up to that with a much more thrash metal album. And as you can see, it still has the metallic logo going on there. But if you look up the top, that still has the the classic Deliverance Iron Cross on top of the eye. But in any case, that's it. All that stuff is available at boonsoverstock.com. You can, a lot of the stuff that will be available on Amazon and eBay and Target and Tower Records, Amoeba Records, you know, places like that will also carry this kind of stuff because it is in distribution. Some of this stuff has just come out, so it may not be showing up there yet, but it's all available, and that's all stuff I got to work on recently. So I'm blessed and I'm thankful that I get to do this kind of thing, and I appreciate all your support. And please leave a message below and let me know what you think of this stuff. Even if you don't like it, let me know. And that's it. Appreciate it. I'll leave a link below so you can buy this stuff if you're interested. God bless. Stay strong.